Hello and welcome to Sheba Online Classes, Standard 8. Today I'll be taking Unit 2, that is Unit 2 Supplementary. Name of this lesson is Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. Okay, who is Jim Corbett? Do you know any slightest knowledge about him? Do you know anything about him? There is a national park, that is Tiger Park, Jim Corbett National Park, where in Uttarakhand. So this lesson is taken way back in 1930. That is during when British was ruling our country. That is we were a colony of British. That is during the 200 years they ruled us, no, British. During that time, Jim Corbett, one person, a naturalist, a hunter turned naturalist. He was here. He was born and brought up here only. So what he has done, a small story. That is what happened during that time. They are giving you as a lesson. Okay. Edward James Corbett, popularly known as Jim Corbett, was a British wildlife photographer, hunter, tracker, naturalist, and writer. He has hunted a number of man-eating tigers and leopards in India. He had a lot of experience with tigers and other wild animals to shoot with his cinefield film camera. Not with a gun, but with a film camera. Corbett always preferred to hunt alone on foot. He often hunted with Robin, that is his dog. Though he was an expert hunter, he admired wildlife. He did not like to kill wild animals for pleasure or sport, but he did not hesitate to kill man-eating tigers or leopards. He hunted these animals only to help people, and only at the request of the government. He took no joy from the kill. He often said that not against the law of nature, but against the law of humans. According to his theory, a tiger starts eating humans when they grow old or get hurt. As they cannot run fast, they start killing humans. People cannot run fast as other animals, so they become easy prey. After eating human flesh, once the tiger will not eat any other flesh. These tigers are called man-eaters. Tiger's photo is displayed. That is the original photo of the man-eating tiger which Jim Corbett killed. His first man-eating tiger hunt was the Champawat tiger. It was a Bengal tigress responsible for nearly 436 deaths in Nepal and the Kumaon area of India. Her attacks have been listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest number of fatalities from a tiger. She was shot in 1907 by Jim Corbett. Now a map is given to you. That is how how this tiger had hunted animals. The tigress began attacks in Rupal village in western Nepal, Himalayas. Hunters were sent to kill the tiger, but she managed to escape from them. The Nepalese army, after failing to capture or kill the tiger, drove her across the border into India. There she continued her killing in the Kumaon district. All her kills happened during the daytime. After several incidents, people stopped going into the forest to collect firewood, fruits, roots and other things because they were very, very scared. They were terrified to go out and refused to leave their huts for work after hearing her roar from the forest. The British government requested Jim Corbett to help the villagers. He agreed to hunt down the man-eater. He camped in Kumaon district and started tracking the tigress. He moved around the villages and restricted the activities of the man-eater. After several unsuccessful attempts, Jim Corbett managed to kill the tiger when it killed a 16-year-old girl in the village near Champawat and left a trail of blood which Corbett followed. Looking at the blood stains, he followed the tiger. After a whole day of pursuit, he failed to track the tiger. Corbett had to abandon the hunt decided to use villagers to organize a bait the next day near Champa river. With the help of the Tahsildar of Champawat, the bait was organized with about 300 villagers. The next day, Corbett shot the tigress dead near the Chatar bridge in Champawat. And there, where he killed, that place was, there was a cement board was erected marking the place where the tigress was finally brought down by Jim Corbett. Brought down means killed by Jim Corbett. There's a small grave like set up there. So you can see there on the picture the grave of the tigress, Champawat tigress. Later, why this tiger had been that is a man-eating tiger. Later, after the post-mortem report only, they came to know why he started eating people. A post-mortem report on the tigress showed the upper and the lower canine teeth on the right side of her mouth were broken. The upper one in half, the lower one down to the bone. This injury was a result of an old gunshot from a game hunter who failed to track and kill it. According to Corbett, probably this injury prevented her from hunting her natural prey. Jim Corbett was always against game hunting. He strongly advocated that deforestation and human encroachment were the main cause of the mischief of wild animals. That means deforestation. People, what do? We, for our greed, to build more and more industries and factories, we come to the outskirts. That we can't build industries and factories inside the town, isn't it? So we have to come outskirts, that is towards the jungle, towards the forest, and we clear up the forest and we start building industries and factories. So that is that greed of human beings. The human being greed had led this such an incident to happen. So Jim Corbett is always against game hunting. He strongly advocated that deforestation and human encroachment were the main cause of the mischief of wild animals. He went on lecturing to us to educate the people about their natural heritage and the need to conserve forest and their wildlife. So he promoted the Association for the Preservation of Game and the All India Conference for the Preservation of Wildlife. So what he did is he took a lot of initiative. During that time itself, that is when during 1930s itself, he made an initiative to somehow conserve the wildlife. Because see now tigers are very rare. Very few tigers are, it is mean number, you can number them. So only this many tigers are there in Sundarbans, that is near Bengal, West Bengal. Then All India Conference for the Preservation of Wildlife. He played a key role in establishing India's first national park in the Kumaon Hills. So then afterwards, he made a park, that is national park means there was a fence kept all around. That is the natural surrounding itself is like a sanctuary. Like now, have you seen a sanctuary? That is like you have been to zoos, isn't it? Zoo is a place where they confine the animals to a cage. And nowadays they have the safari, lion safari or the tiger safari. There is open space where they can freely they can move about. The same way, this national park, it has got a fence all around. It's an open jungle, say, open forest where the tigers or the lions or whatever animals are there, they can freely move about. But they have got some limitation, like no poachers can come, no hunters can come inside. There will be cameras set everywhere and there will be one big electrical fence put all around that place so that nobody from outside will come and hunt down the animals, or the animals also cannot go to that limit to come out of that confined area. So they can live inside that place, whichever. There will be acres and acres of land. It's not restricted, but they can hunt down, they can be their natural self. So that kind of a national park, not like a zoo, it's a national park. Okay. He played a key role in establishing India's first national park in the Kumaon Hills, the Haley National Park in Uttarakhand in India. It was initially named after Lord Malcolm Haley. First it was, the name of the park was Haley National Park. But after what Jim Corbett had done, no, that is he had a lot of social work he has done to preserve the natural environment. He became a naturalist. He used to shoot, and he does not shoot animals just like that for game, but he used to shoot them in the camera. But so looking at his interest in what happened, the people there, they changed Haley's name to Jim Corbett. That is in the first national park in the Kumaon, the Haley National Park in Uttarakhand, India. It was initially named after Lord Malcolm Haley. Okay, first it was named after him. Then Jim Corbett died on 19th April 1955. The park was renamed in 1957 as the Jim Corbett National Park. That is to give him to honor his profession, to honor his work in this field. So they gave his name change the name from Haley to Jim Corbett National Park. It was named after him to honor his role in establishing this protected area in 1930s. So this is we have not known before, and this happened during when India was colonized. That is, we were a colony of British. That time this has happened. From that time onwards, then afterwards, after we got freedom, till now the same name has been preserved. So the tigers are preserved in that forest, Jim Corbett forest. Okay, and then finally I like to end it like this. Jim Corbett played a key role in establishing India's first national park in Kumaon Hills, the Haley National Park in Uttarakhand, India. It was initially named after Lord Malcolm. Jim Corbett died. Then the park was renamed in 1957. The Jim Corbett National Park, it was named after him to honor his role in establishing this protected area in 1930s. So even now we can see some people like very often we listen to the news saying that elephants have come to the field and eaten all the fields and destroyed the fields, isn't it? Now, why is that happening? Why is that happening means because we are encroaching their land. We are going into their land. Okay, we are building our buildings for our greed, for our horrible greed. What we are doing is we are going into the forest. Okay, that is forest is the animal's place. Okay, we are going in that place and encroaching their land. Otherwise, what will happen? Why then? Naturally, they will come into their land, into our land. No, that is encroachment. That is, we are encroaching their land. Definitely, they will come and come into our village and spoil the fields only. So we should limit our greed. We should limit our place where we are staying. Let the forest only for the animals. We should not get that. We should not mix up their land and our land. We should have our limits. Then they can freely move about in the jungles happily. Not get into recently what happened. No, then one elephant was given. Because elephants were causing a havoc in that village, one person had given fruit with pineapple with that bomb, no, that with crackers inside, and poor that elephant, the whole place, so he died standing in the middle of that river. He died there. All of us know about it. Now it came out in the news also. So why should we do that? Being such a horrible way of killing that elephant, no? Really very, very sad to know about it. So even now, that is hill stations, most of the hill stations you see, a lot of freely they'll be walking about the elephants and animals. We should not go into their land. If we go, then naturally this kind of manatees will develop again. Or the Champawat tiger, what happened during that time, it is not very far that same thing is going to happen to us now also. Because we keep encroaching their land, means what will happen? They will come into our houses and kill us. That's what is the nature. That's what will happen to us, isn't it? So we should limit our housing, limit our construction, industries, factories to whichever is near us, not go into the forest. Okay. Hope you understood this lesson. And there are book back exercises given to you. Learn the question answers, short answers, a mind map, everything will be given to you. Thank you.